Hey guys, HDvee here, and welcome back to a brand new video going over the Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield DLC. Today, we have quite a big rumor going over a bunch of different Galarian forms, some new DLC packs, so much stuff to go over. So, if you're excited for today's video, please do consider hitting that like button down below. Let's try and hit 400 likes today. Make sure to leave a comment as well. What are your thoughts about this rumor, and also what Pokemon would you love to see get a Galarian form in the DLC? And of course, subscribe as well if you're brand new. We do daily Pokemon content on this channel. With all of that out of the way though, let's get into the video, and I really hope that you enjoy. So before obviously I say anything, just want to say that this is a rumor. Take it with a grain of salt, no idea if it's true or false, but obviously they're always fun to cover. So anyway, this was posted on Tuesday, the 3rd of March, and by Anonymous. Says Pokemon Sword and Shield DLC 1 to 4. So obviously we know about 1 and 2, but this dude's like, nah, there's 2 more. But anyway, it says in the island of Armor, which is the Isle of Armor, there are going to be a Galarian Dustox and Beautifly. Now, of course, Galarian Dustox is a Pokemon that a lot of people have been saying is gonna get a Galarian form. Clara, her bow tie looks like Dustox's wings or something. So there's a high chance that we are gonna get a Galarian Dustox. So we could get a Galarian Beautifly as well. It would make sense. But anyway, it's Poison, Psychic, and Bug Fairy. So Galarian Dustox is Poison, Psychic, and then Beautifly is Bug Fairy, I'm guessing. And then it says Clara has the Dustox, which, you know, makes sense. And then it says also there is a special regional evolution of Shelder. If you have it in a party when Galarian Slowpoke evolves into Slowbro, the seed that Slowpoke consumes to evolve into Slowbro makes it poisonous to Shelder, and it falls off the tail as a changed Pokemon. So, wait, there's a special regional evolution of Shelder. If you have it in the party when Galarian Slowpoke evolves into Slowbro, because obviously there's no, like, shell on Galarian Slowbro's tail. So I guess it's because it's fallen off and it I don't know, is it just a new way of getting a different form of Shelder? I have no idea. That's a little bit confusing to me. Then it says the Isle of Armor has a facility that works similar to the battle arena from Emerald's Battle Frontier, which again, still to this day, I think was one of the best post games we ever had in a Pokemon game. I really did like the Battle Frontier. I thought it was really good. It says gives battle points, has its own prizes. At the start of the DLC, you will be given a choice between a second set of Galarian starters, this time capable of Gigantamaxing, which I think is a good idea, to be fair. And it makes sense on, like, because the starter that we already have, for that to randomly be able to Gigantamax, it doesn't really make sense. So we probably are going to get another starter, get to obviously choose a starter again, or maybe they're just going to come out in raids or something. But yeah, getting another starter that would be able to Gigantamax would be really cool, and it'll give a chance for people to kind of use a different starter, you know. I mean, I chose Skull Bunny first time I played through Sword and Shield. It'd be cool to go through it with Grookey or Sobble through like the DLC. Anyway, that's the first part. This is the next part. It says in the Crown Tundra, a lot of lore stuff about the Braille ruins, people as well as ancestors of Getsis who run from Galar to Unova to start the whole Team Plasma thing. Basically, there are influences of 2 major cultures mirroring the Celtic Roman situation from the real world. I think I've seen something about like Celtic or Romans before in like a different rumor, talking about how the Crown Tundra talked about that. So I don't know if this person has taken some inspiration from that, or they're both right and it is what it is. Then it says the war with Kalos will be addressed, though very briefly. Again, Kalos is still a region that has a lot of mystery surrounding it, so it would be cool to find a little bit more about that. Then it says Electabuzz and Magmar have regional forms. Electabuzz is electric fighting, and Magmar is fire poison. Now, we know Electabuzz is going to be in the game because obviously we have an Elekid. We saw that on the website, so we know Elekid's going to be in the game, but that of course could evolve into a Galarian Electabuzz and then Electivire. Now, obviously, Galarian Jinx could be in the game, and they kind of come as like a trio, like Electabuzz, Magmar, and Jinx. Galarian Jinx is a Pokemon, you know, that could be in the game because of that cry and everything that we heard not too long ago from Pokemon Home. So yeah, Jinx getting one with Electabuzz and Magmar would make sense. But yeah, Electabuzz is electric fighting, and then Magmar is fire poison. Oh, then it goes on to say Jinx gets a Galarian form and evolution, which is Ice Steel. They have Valkyrie-like vibes and horns. Their types correspond with the secondary types of the legendary birds. So I guess the legendary bird typings are fighting, electric fighting, Ice Steel, and fire poison. So Moltres being fire poison, Articuno being Ice Steel. which is interesting. A lot of people think that Galarian Articuno is going to be like Ice Psychic or Ice Ghost or something like that, and then Zapdos is going to be Electric Fighting. I definitely think Zapdos is going to be Electric Fighting. I mean, look at the legs, like definitely used for kicking and stuff. But anyway, it says Calyrex has another form which with his own crown bud fully exposed. Regigigas gets a new form which you can activate with all 5 smaller Regis, and then Gigantamax Mewtwo to no one's surprise. So Gigantamax Mewtwo would be so busted, like so broken. So yeah, not sure how I feel about that one. We still have 2 more things. Like I say, this is a big rumor stuff. 2 more things to go over. It says DLC 3 and 4. So it doesn't say anything about the names, but it says there will be a smaller updates with quality of life stuff, but they plan 2 more expansions for 2021. One will be centered on a second Eternatus and will explain its origins and will give it a more Pokemon-like form. Yeah, because Eternatus doesn't really look like a Pokemon. It just looks like some massive evil thing. But yeah, obviously if we're getting some expansions for 2021, that means we probably wouldn't get a new Pokemon game for 2 years, which is interesting because we're not going to get a new Pokemon game this year most likely, and then obviously if there's 2 more DLCs coming out next year, so no new Pokemon game for a couple years would be kind of crazy, but at the same time it'd give them a lot of time to work on a new Pokemon game and make it really good. But as well as that, obviously we have 2 separate teams. One team is working on the DLC and another team is working on the next game. But I can't see us not getting a Pokemon game for 2 years. I mean, obviously we'll still be getting Pokemon stuff with the DLC, but not getting an actual game would be a little bit, I don't know, can't really see that happening. But then it says, this expansion will also introduce a free update that will add a new location in Galar, a crater in which the second Eternatus landed. It has a massive dent in the ground. If you put enough wishing stars in it, you will be able to give your Pokemon the Gigantamax thing, providing it has a Gigantamax form, which will have a cooldown and will require tons of stars though. The other one is going to introduce an island-like area, because obviously the Crown Tundra is based on Scotland, and then the Isle of Armor is based on the Isle of Man. So yeah, island-like area which has 4 Elite Four Kahuna-like trainers that we're gonna challenge. Apparently they use Mega Evolution, so that might be back. To my understanding, this one will be slightly bigger than the other 3. I don't know if Mega Evolution will be back in Pokemon Sword and Shield. They did say not too long ago that Mega Evolution and Z-Mews would not be in Sword and Shield. But obviously they didn't say anything about the DLC. But, you know, Mega Evolution, the items are coded into Sword and Shield. But they've been coded in from the very start. So I don't know really if that means there's anything going to come back, but we'll have to wait and see. Then it says, last but not least, the guy from the Crown Tundra is the same guy with Hiker Sprite that was with Cynthia in Sinnoh Ruins and had all those comments about Arceus. Last but not least, the guy from Crown Tundra is the same guy. Which guy is that? With the Hiker Sprite? I don't know who that is. He will have various comments about the legendaries if you show them to him. From what I've heard, he will point out a link between Kyurem and Eternatus. Kyurem and Eternatus. That's such a random Pokemon to have a link with but that's basically everything for this rumor. I don't really know. I don't think there's going to be more DLC than the ones that we're getting. I think the Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra will be it for Sword and Shield, and then I think next year we'll get the Diamond and Pearl remakes. That's still what I think is going to happen. Of course, a few people believe that Diamond and Pearl is still coming out this year. A few people believe it's not going to be made, but I don't know, Diamond and Pearl kind of fits perfectly for next year, just seeing as it's going to be the 15th anniversary of it and everything like that. But I would love some more DLC, don't get me wrong, but I think 4 pieces of DLC would be a little bit too much in my opinion. But yeah, about the Galarian Dustox Beautifly, I think that will definitely happen. The Shelter thing, this here, not too sure about that. I don't really know why that would be needed. Electabuzz, Jinx, and Magmar all getting Galarian forms, definitely something I could see happening, especially because of the little bit of evidence that we do have behind a Jinx getting one. And then Electabuzz and Magmar, we know Electabuzz is going to be in the game because of Elekid. It could easily have a Galarian evolution. The typings though, not too sure, especially since they say that they take after the legendary birds. Ice Steel, I can't really see for Articuno. It doesn't really strike me as the Ice Steel type Pokemon. But then, you know, Electabuzz, Electric Fighting, Magmar, Fire Poison. I don't know. It's a cool rumor, but I don't really think it's true. And Gigantamax Mewtwo as well, I think that'd be a little bit too broken. But that is going to be everything for today's video. So if you guys did enjoy it, please do consider hitting that like button down below. It really does go a long way in helping out. Make sure to leave a comment. What do you guys think about this rumor? Do you think we're going to get more DLC, or do you think it is just going to be the Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra? I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. And then, yeah, subscribe as well if you're brand new. That's everything from me. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And until next time, peace.